Hey friends, welcome to Everyday English. My name is Lisa and this is your easy listening English learning podcast that you can enjoy with your cup of coffee. My question for you today is, are you a morning person? You may have been asked this question before. A morning person is someone who typically wakes up early and likes to start their day early. Being a morning person means you feel energetic in the morning. You find it easy to get out of bed and start your day, whether it's going for a morning workout, engaging in creative pursuits, or just starting the workday. You wake up feeling ready to get stuck into your day. So tell me, are you a morning person? Nowadays, I very much am a morning person, but I haven't always been. I was more of a night owl, the opposite of a morning person. I used to hate waking up early, really struggling to get out of bed. All through high school, I would stay up late in typical teenage fashion and be studying or on my devices until almost midnight. This sort of continued through my university years and my early corporate career. It wasn't until I became a personal trainer that I became a morning person. As a personal trainer or a fitness trainer, I work early mornings, starting at 6 or 7 a.m. This is when gyms open and people like to train before they head to work. Working in the fitness industry forced me to drastically change my sleeping habits and lifestyle. About 3 days a week, I wake up between 5 and 6 to make my early starts at the gym. These early starts have gotten me into the habit of waking up early. On the days I don't start as early, I still wake up relatively early, between 6 and 7, just to keep my sleep schedule in check. Waking up at more or less the same time every morning makes it easier to wake up early for work on the days I need to, rather than sleeping in on some days and having a hard time readjusting back. Because of the nature of my work, which maybe I'll explore in a separate episode, I don't start at the same time every day. I have some later starts between 8:30 and 10 in the morning, which means if I wake up between 6 and 7, I'll have a few hours before I go to work. Some mornings I like to go for a run and watch the gorgeous sunrise. I'm lucky enough to live near the beach, so I run along a popular track by the beach. Watching the sun come up over the water is quickly becoming one of my favorite ways to start the day. It's simply breathtaking, and it looks a little different every day. I must admit though, exercising in the morning hasn't always felt easy or natural for me. I still prefer afternoon workouts to morning ones. The afternoons are just when I feel more physically energetic, but the morning runs have really grown on me. The views help, of course, and I also prefer running when it's less crowded in the morning. If I wait until later in the day, the paths get a lot busier and I'm having to weave around people, families, and dogs. Other mornings, I'll start the day with my language study. Currently, I'm learning 2 languages, Japanese and Cantonese. Japanese is my big focus at the moment. I'm still at a beginner level, so my Japanese needs a lot of work. I've been self-studying with online resources and doing language exchange. My Cantonese study is a lot less structured because it's at a higher level. I'm a heritage speaker of Cantonese, so I grew up learning the language from my parents, and unfortunately, it has really deteriorated since I've moved out of home. Language learning is something I'm really trying to prioritize at the moment, so particularly if I know I'm in for a busy day, I like to get my study done in the morning just to keep up that daily habit. Otherwise, it's easy to let my language study fall by the wayside as the day goes on. When I study language first thing in the morning, it builds this kind of momentum for my day, and I'm more likely to do additional study throughout the day. But if I don't do it first thing, I sometimes struggle to fit it into my day. Do you ever find this with an important task or goal you're working towards? That it's just easier to do the hard thing first, and doing it gives you a sense of accomplishment and makes for a more productive day overall? On my days off, I like to start my morning slowly, taking my time to enjoy a cup of coffee. I usually read for an hour or so in the morning because I don't usually have the luxury to do that on a work day. Reading for me is this wonderful escape from the daily chaos of life. When I'm reading, I'm not on screens, I'm not distracted, I'm immersed in a different world and its characters. Reading brings this peace and calm into my life that I always miss when I fall out of the habit of reading. As I've gotten older and life's gotten busier, it's become increasingly hard to make time for reading. So I'm really trying to create space for reading in my life, and I find mornings are one of the best times to do that. Do you remember back in the 2010s when morning routines were all the rage? A morning routine is a set of habits you engage in every morning, usually in a particular order. These routines were all over productivity YouTube and blogs. The fascination with morning routines lingers to this day, but to a much lesser extent. I think we've well and truly cottoned on to the fact that a morning routine is not ultimately what makes or breaks your success in life. There is no particular habit or routine that will make you a millionaire. Having said that, I think there are still benefits that come with waking up early and making the most of a morning. Sometimes having a routine is what helps us establish good habits. Do you have a morning routine? If so, let me know how you like to start your day. I wouldn't say I have a set morning routine as such, but I like to savor my mornings. Whether I run, read, or study language, I like to start my day intentionally. I'm carving out time for the things that really matter to me. I love how quiet and still the mornings feel. I don't hear neighbors or cars on the road. I'm better able to get into the zone of mental clarity for things like language learning or writing these YouTube scripts, which is a newer addition to my mornings. Getting these things done earlier in the day also frees up the rest of my day. I feel good about having prioritized the important things, not having to worry about when I'll be able to fit them in during the day or later at night when I'm tired from work. The other benefit of being a morning person is that I sleep at a reasonable hour. My bedtime is somewhere between 9 and 9:30. I'm usually tired by then, so it's a good time to unwind and curl up in bed with a book. And it's probably about time I do just that. Friends, thanks again for listening to another episode of Everyday English. As always, let's keep this conversation going. Share with me in the comments below your answers to the following questions. Are you a morning person? What is your morning routine? And how do you like to start your day? I look forward to reading your responses, and I'll catch you in the next one.